And today I'm speaking to none other than Eric Ryan, co-founder of Method, who are a multi-million-dollar soap company who make non-toxic and beautiful products that are good for the planet. Now, I recommend you listen to this with no distractions because Eric gives some inspiring advice. Let's get into the interview.
Yeah, so I co-founded the company back in, 2000. We started working on it, Adam and myself as my other co-founder. And in 2001, we officially launched into the world. So I'm co-founder of the company. And then, like any founder, as a company scales, you tend to have every job and then no job. So your goal is to obsolete yourself. And so I spent the way Adam and I kind of set up, we did a little bit of divide and conquer. And over the years, I generally focus much more on the brand, marketing, product vision, and spending a lot of time interfacing with retailers. And Adam worked more on the formulation, technology, and sustainability side of the business.
And would you say that Method is the highlight of your career?
Yeah, it defines my career. Highlight in many ways, but it's the beauty of starting a company, it's never the destination, it's always the journey, particularly if you do it right and you enjoy the ride. So building Method, it's like raising a child. It's been incredibly difficult and incredibly rewarding.
And I've read your book, The Method, and as I said, we're probably talking to a few people who may not have heard everything about Method and may not have read your book. So could you just tell us a little bit about the Method and what inspired you to write that book?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what inspired me was proving all my English teachers wrong that I could actually write a book. The biggest reason we wanted to write the book was we love the idea of giving away our ideas because it forces us to create more and being a learning organization. And there's a lot of benefits to writing it. One is, of course, if you take a time out from your everyday work and really give thought to what your beliefs and principles are and to document them and give them real thought. And then it creates it's a great PR podium, so you generate a lot of earned media. And for an organization that does not have a meaningful marketing budget against our competitors, it's a great way to drive press, but also a great way to recruit more talent into the organization. And we also found it did a fabulous job of onboarding recruits.
Sure.
By the time they arrived for an interview, if they were smart, they had read the book, and it helped them, align to our way of thinking, and even to help decide if that was right for them. And
because the book, it's a great read. I mean, it's very inspirational. Like you said, there's a lot of insight in there, but also a lot of learning in there. Was it also deliberately meant to chart your success in many ways? Was that deliberate?
Yeah, I'd say deliberate. I mean, I don't think so much gets caught up on strategy and theory and thesis versus at the end of the day, I think it's so much of it is just caring more. And, passion is a great shorthand for caring. If you care more than the other company, chances are you're going to create a better product and really engage with your consumer much better. So I think so much of it drove for that. And the way we thought about the book is we wanted to be a book that did a really balanced, inspiring. And I think so much people read entrepreneur books is they just want to get that courage that, hey, if these guys can do it, I can do it myself. So it's trying to set a little that aspiration and inspiration, but at the same time, wanted to do a book that was pretty practical, where there was clear ideas you could steal and you could read a chapter one night, come into work the next morning and do something different. I think you saw too, one thing so many people when they write books about their work, they just gloss over history to wrap it up into a nice neat narrative of here's everything I did right. But the reality is we learn more from our mistakes. And so that's why we put, we're very candid in there about talking about in each chapter our error autopsy where we made a mistake.
Yeah, and I think that's key because that, as you said, it's a learning tool. How else can you learn if you don't make mistakes? And how could people learn from what you do if you don't put those elements in? But how did you actually, at the time when you were experiencing those low points, experiencing those mistakes, what did you actually do to overcome any? I suppose I know some people when they make mistakes, they can have a certain negative mindset. How did you overcome that?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. There's like that cliche quote that the difference between a successful entrepreneur and a failed entrepreneur is that the failed one just gave up too early, and it's really about persistence, persistence, persistence. And I think for me personally, overcoming the challenges, there was kind of two elements at play. One is like you just believed in the vision. You didn't necessarily believe you were the one who was going to execute it properly, but if you didn't do it, you felt so solid about your vision, somebody else would do it. So it's that core belief that you were marching towards something that was going to work. And then where the insecurities tend to pop up in is like, wow, can I be the one who actually executes this right? Can I raise the right amount of capital at the right time and get the right people on board and not make any mistakes that would kill me? And the other thing is I just found is like, and I always encourage this to entrepreneurs, is like, you take it step by step, and each step gets you further invested into it, where the road forward, no matter how hard it is, always looks better than the road backwards.